What's up, guys? Keyshawn Chia here, and I'm gonna give y'all 3 videos in one day. This is regularly not my thing for doing 3 days, but we're gonna kind of put 3 videos in one day, and this is going to be the first one I'm doing right now. Is what if Deku was the hentai? Well, the main hentai protagonist of a boy character, which we all dream about. Some of us don't, because we're simps. No, I'm joking. But yeah, that's gonna be the first one. The second one is going to be a new one made by was given by idea by a subscriber, and it will be what if Deku was a succubus. And the third one is gonna be I think part 4 of what if Deku had the world over heaven, and I mean not Deku had the world over heaven. Naruto had the world over heaven, due by the demand of one subscriber. Just one subscriber has to demand it, but sometimes I might not do it. You might have to get more people to demand it, but just that one, he demanded it, asked for more, so I always do it for the subscribers. But this is going to be those are going to be the 3 videos I'm going to upload today. Let's start with the first one, and this part 2 of what if Deku was the main hentai protagonist. Part 2. Main hentai protagonist, yeah. I'm sorry, let me stop. But what I said where we last left off was basically, Uraraka Shad basically hold on, let me stop, hold on. Alright, sorry, my bad. Had to contain myself and, also keep this into a professional YouTube channel, alright? And also, those 3 series is going to be 18. Actually, except for what if Naruto had the world over heaven. It's not 18. But those 2, Succubus Deku, and this is 18 only. Alright, my guy? If you're not mature, then you can't watch this what if videos, my guy. YouTube is on my ass sometime. I made a video which it got taken down of what if Naruto was the son of God, and that shit got taken down. I don't know. I didn't say that they're appropriate, but maybe they just don't like religion of God. Don't put God name in vain. All right, maybe YouTube is religion like this, and you're a heretic if you do that. So I ain't gonna do that no more. But I might find some way. Probably not. Probably not. But let me stop. But all right, this is going to be basically the video. I'm just excited because I'm about to do 3 videos. I got enough time. So where we last left off. Well, let's continue. Where we last left off is basically Deku getting the Quirk all for one. Getting the Quirk all for one with which that have enhanced his painting with his power of painting, or his ancestor Quirk, but not really a quirk as just a pacifist thing. And it has enhanced that, so now his paintings is like 10 times stronger, pretty much OP, so nothing can really damage it. And also his former, or should I say that aura of that main hentai protagonist character, aura that girls be like saying, oh my god, who is he? Oh my god, have my babies. Oh my god, I wanna suck on your pickle and make you come and want me. Let me stop. But basically that his aura have increased. So when you think guys and girls are not looking at him, nah, the guys and girls are looking at him. And like I said, Deku, he's a man. He's a man of he doesn't matter. He do the whole boat. He's kind of like that person who does the whole boat. Like, if the guys want some of this, they can get some of that. If the girls want some of that, they can get some of that. Sometimes he might do 3. But hey, like I said, it's 18 only. I said shit my accent. Shit happens, alright? Shit. If you think Deku's gay, no, he's in between. So he does guys and girls. But he's the dominant person, alright? Because he's the male protagonist, alright? But let's skip all that. We start with him basically, heading to school, and I forgot to tell you also Uraraka basically, have a, love heart feeling for him since she, got healed and touched by him. His touches is like a god touch, gifted hands, you could say. Um, but yeah, uh, we start with this anime. Basically him heading to the school. Sorry. Basically him heading to the school and heading to his class, and he basically, see no one else there, and he sees the teacher because he basically can, like, he knows that the teacher's over there. He can just feel his presence, so he's like, oh, the teacher's probably asleep. All right, well, I'm just gonna like go do this painting. I want to paint some things and stuff. So he just goes to his desk, start painting and stuff, and all that. The teacher wakes back up just to fit himself, fix himself together. Raise her head. Azar, yeah. Basically sees Deku basically paints and bring things to life. He's like, "What did you come here?" He's like, "Oh, I knew you was asleep, so I didn't want to disturb your peace and all that." And raises his head, says, "All right," and he basically goes back to sleep. And Deku's creating live animals and stuff, and like angels and stuff. And he's letting them all go around. And the angels, they're their own passive beings, so they do their own thing. They're basically like Valkyries, they ask for Deku, and Deku says, "Oh, just do whatever, just make sure I'm alright and stuff." And they says alright, and they start flying out the window, flying around the building and stuff. Looking around the mirrors, make sure he's alright. And so, everybody else start coming in and stuff. And this is where Bakugo, female Bakugo, comes in, and she blushes while seeing Deku, and Deku, looks at her, says, "Oh, hey, Kanshan," and gives her a wave and stuff, and she's a little bit of squirting down there. Her paintings is getting a little bit soaked. I said this is gonna be 18. I'm gonna put in all the details. No details are left in this, alright? No details are left in this 18 only. We're going to make this as hentai 18 only possible, my guy. But anyways, let me continue. She's basically, Bakugo, female Bakugo, basically, blushing and all that stuff. Hold on. Sorry, I had to put in the don't disturb just in case. I don't want the video to be, I don't want y'all to be seeing all these messages and bullshit, but let's continue. She's basically, having a little bit of hearts, and, blushing, she says, hey, and sit by her seat, holding her skirt, like her skirt down, and, all that. Deku, gotta be one of the, he's gonna be a little bit of, confusing, but, since last time, he had a mixed personality of lustfulness, so it merged in with his other personality, so it's kind of like, he knows what's going on, but he pretends not to know. But anyways, he continued doing his work, and, she regularly would just, put her, feet on the desk, but since, that squirt, she basically doesn't. And, she just, just looks down and, do something else. Who else comes in? Toroki? The fucking nerd with the glasses. The the guy in the blue. I can't say his name right. Soneta? Yeah, Soneta? Soneta, I believe so. I can't. But he basically, comes in. And he basically, doesn't have no one to yell at. But he looks at Deku and, he's about to, tore him a new one ever since, pointing the gun at him. A painting gun at him, and, he's about to say something disrespectful and, try to grab Deku until the Valkyries comes in and, put that nigga down to the ground. Let me stop. But yeah, they basically, put their swords on him and they say, "Halt, none should touch the prince." And, they say no one should touch the king. And, Deku, kind of itches his head and says, No, let him go. He was just trying to talk. And, the Valkyrie says, I felt the presence of him trying to, do something, And, Deku says, oh, no, it's alright. And, he's, shitting his pants right now because he almost got murked by Valkyries. And, they fly out the window. And, Deku's basically saying, so you want me to talk to me or something? He says, no. And he basically goes sit down. Ineta. Yeah, I'm gonna say Ineta. I'm just gonna say his last name. Uh, and then Mineta. So Mineta comes in. Everybody start coming in and stuff. And Uraraka-shan, she sees him, and she's like, she goes and she says, "Hey," and, basically has the heart and all that, and Deku just says, "Hey," and and she started thanking him for like saving her life and all that, and Deku saying, "Yeah, it's whatever and stuff," and he goes, he just like gives her a good like brush on the head, like and she just basically like whatever Deku does to a girl, it seems extremely hot, like extremely hot, because like I said, he's the main hentai protagonist, has their abilities. He has two of their abilities. One, shit happens. No, he has the third one, shit happens, and or if he actually do something, it makes it hot. And the second one is he's just OP, and then the girl lusts over him. So I didn't want to give him the first one because he doesn't have a family, and the family one is just like stepsister and like and stepbro and all that. Say it's just not. This is not. That's like a little bit of 21 older, some shit. And this is not 21. This is 18 only. So, but let me stop. But basically, yeah, she's like blushing extra hard and all that. I can't say his name right. Shuto. Yeah, him. He's a she. So Todoroki, I believe so. Yeah, Todoroki. She's a she. Bakugo and Todoroki is a she because I wanted to, this is gonna be 18 only, and shit be spicy. But she comes in, all cool and shit, and she just sits down. Deku sees her and he says, "Oh hey," and she looks and she basically, she's also affected by it, and she does a little blush, and she says, "Hey, Kuja, the girl with the the quirk of the loud vibration. She comes in, Frog Girl, and all of them. They come in, including the Invisible Girl, and they all come in. They're all talking to each other to get to know each other. And they especially all go to Deku, trying to know him, know like everything and stuff. And Deku, he has, he has a quirk to like, cure people from their like manifestation quirk if they can't like fix it anymore. Okay, so Deku asks like, "Oh, can you cancel out your quirk or anything?" And she says no. And Deku basically touches her forehead and basically says, "Here you go." And he basically fixes her quirk, so now she can go invisible or non-invisible wherever she wants. And everybody sees her face and everything, and they're all like, saying, "What? Did you just fix her quirk?" And she's right now just crying, and then she hugs him saying thank you, and she kissed him on the lips, which like all the girls are like shocked, and then they get that aura of pissed off of like I wanted to like have the kiss, or like at Bakugo she gets definitely pissed because she kissed him, and she thinks that kiss is special and all that shit. Well, basically it was I don't know, you can't shut up. No, but let's just continue on. And Uraraka-shan, she's definitely pissed. She wants to eliminate her immediately. And the Invisible Girl, she blushes and she turns back invisible and just goes back to this is when Razorhead comes up and say shut the hell up. And the guy with the glasses, Ineta, yeah, basically says who are you? And Deku quickly shut him down and said, "No, that's the teacher. He was just sleeping here the whole time. That's why I was being quiet until everybody got loud." And Razorhead says, "Yeah," and everybody's shocked and stuff. And he says, "Everybody get dressed. Everybody get to the locker room, get dressed. I want to test y'all quirk out, and whoever be the last person fails." And everybody's is shocked, saying and of course again saying you can't do that. Deku doesn't say anything. Says, "You don't get it. He's the teacher, and he pretty much expelled the school before. He expelled the whole class before because they was terrible at their job." And Razorhead asks, "How did you know that?" Deku says, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'd be doing my research on that school, and only the best of the best got to be here." And this is where he says, "Huh," and he says, "All right, everybody continue." So everybody goes. They start getting dressed. Now Deku, he takes off his shirt, and they see two, like a scratch, a scar, like slash on his chest, and they see him ripped. Like he's ripped, like ripped to a point that, like, damn, that guy is fine. That much. That's how ripped he is. Now, you know, the boys in the locker room are like, they're all blushing and shit, and like, and they feel that thing. They want to like get some of that. Deku looking at them saying, "Do y'all need something?" And, they're all looking away saying no and all that shit. Now, this is where Deku, basically, puts his clothes on and head out. And, all the girls look at him and they're all blushing and shit. Including Todoroki, and, everything goes about the same. Pretty much. Deku, he pretty much nails everything except with the ball throw. Well, no, he nails it. He gets in a tie first with Urakushin because, he, like I said, he has a new ability, or should I say a special quirk, that he can basically create things, make it existent, or erase things, or basically, put things in other places, or basically cure or heal people instantly. He basically has that quirk because, the Yukus think it was just a useless quirk and they're idiots, so they pretty much saw that. But, basically, no one fails, everybody passes, including Mineta. Mineta is a girl. Mineta is a girl. I don't want him to be, like a pervert boy. Like, I want him to be a she, because she's gonna be the perfect girl who be like perving and having the other girls, fantasize Deku harder. So, but she does that too. So, and she's like the perfect girl. So, basically, everybody passes and stuff. Deku goes in. Well, we actually start with the hero versus villains arc. Basically, but we're not gonna start that. We start with them like actually all going home, and Deku's walking home, and Deku's basically on his book, drawing sketches and stuff, just in case, when like drawing like things like monsters and stuff, and like also like testing out his like ability and his other quirk, like his quirk, to see if he can create like mythical creatures to come to life and see how powerful they will be, just like originals and stuff. Like if you're thinking like mythical creatures, like let's say Zeus, like he can create gods, he can recreate gods, like gods that like gone and not there no more. He can remake them and bring them back to life, and they can basically serve him. He can basically create gods, or he can create motherfucking Cthulhu. And if you don't know Cthulhu is a goddamn mystical, like ancient, like beast. I can't say monster, beast, and he basically can destroy the whole world if he wanted to. Like he could bring like old mythical creatures or monsters back to life, if you could say. Now, Deku is like creating monsters and stuff, and also like creating things to like see what he could do. And this is where, Urakushin, well, no, this is where Bakugo comes in, and, basically, shoulder punch Deku's in the arm, and she says, "What's up, nerd?" And, Bakugo, and, Deku saying, "Yo," and they're basically talking, heading home to their houses and stuff, and, she basically asks, like, "Are you studying for homework tomorrow?" This is where Deku says, "Yeah." She says, "Oh, can I study with you, because my grades are sucky." Deku says, "All right." So they're heading home, and this is where the 18 spoiler warning comes in. If you're not 18, get out the video right now. Shit's about to get spicy. But I'm continuing in 3, 2, 1. Alright. They head home. They're heading to Deku house. Doing work, basically doing that all of them. And Inko says she has to go out and basically get some stuff, and Deku says, "All right." They're in the room studying and stuff, and this is where the 18 Spicy gets in. Uh, Bakugo basically laughing, and they're basically talking about how they used to like always fight with each other and stuff about who Quirk is better and all that, and all that, and Deku's basically laughing and stuff until she's laying on the bed, so Deku slips on a paper and falls on her, grabbing one of her boobs, and she blushes. This is where Deku's about to say sorry until she goes in for a kiss. Now, we're going for details, so I'm telling every details. Nothing is left out. Alright? 18 only hentai main protagonists. Alright? I gotta say this so many times so I don't get in trouble. Deku basically, grabs her bra, unloosens it, touching one of the titty, which Bakugo, with the fumes in her, basically rips Deku's shirt off, which, they're undressing and naked. Deku, wearing protection, penetrates that vagina. Oh boy. Parasite Bakugo's, female Bakugo's vagina. And now, they're basically, doing it until he busts a nut. Now, they're basically in the bed, relaxing, sleeping and stuff. Until, Bakugo just realized what she did and, gets dressed as she has to go home. Until Deku says, wait, and she basically leaves. And, he basically, scratches his head saying, we haven't even finished any work yet. And the next day comes in. So we start with the basically do the hero versus villain arc. And all the teams is basically the same. Everything else happens the same. It's now this is where Ida and Bakugo, is basically the villains, and Deku and Urakashan is basically the heroes. Now they head into the building, and Deku can sense the presence of Bakugo coming in with her explosions real crazy, and she's like, and I should tell you, like, when Deku do it with someone, their quirk gets enhanced if they're a female, and if they're a male, they get their quirk enhanced, but like butt stuff. So think about that later. Pretty cool, but let me stop. Let me continue. So basically, she's coming in with the explosions and all that, and Bakugo basically, Deku basically, takes her erection, puts her in the closet, and hides her. Now, there's no cameras in the closet, so basically, Deku basically, is teleporting them to another closet, to like the third floor up, no, second floor up, and he's basically grabbing her, and he can't see nothing, but he feels something, and he's like saying, "Oh, what's happening?" She basically made out like a little bit of a moan, you could say, and Deku says, "Oh, my bad," and she turns around and she basically grabs his crotch, you could say, and basically make out with Deku. Now Deku is saying, "We gotta get the woman." She says, "Well, I want you right now," and she started trying to go for a sucky on his pickle, but he stops her and says, "Now it's not the time." He basically tell her, like, if you can manage to get this bomb, then we can do whatever. She gets the hearts and says, "Oh, really?" She immediately books the fuck out of the closet and start headed for the bomb. While Bakugo realized that that they're on the second floor, she gets pissed and blows up and heads in the window and sees Deku, and she runs in and she like blasts Deku in the face, which Deku gets hit in the face and does a backflip and lands, and he gets up and he says, "Wow, I didn't know you got this strong before. Then why you wasn't getting that strong when you?" And then she basically runs in and she basically holds his mouth and says, "Shut up," and pushes him away. And she's blushing hard about it. And also telling him to shut up about that. Deku start laughing. Like, all right, and she basically start causing explosions and having a fight with Deku, which Deku is easily dodging and all that. And even when she throws explosions at him or like does all that, Deku is just healing back up 10 times quicker. Now, this is where she goes in and try to like basically do like a massive explosion that could like kill Deku, and she lets it out on the grenade and it blows up. Now it blows a hole in Deku's chest. This is where Deku hits the ground and basically coughing up blood a lot. And she realized what she did. She started crying and running to her saying, "Deku, I didn't mean to," all that. And she's crying while Deku is basically just saying, "Can you not hug me? It's actually hard for me to regenerate much quicker." And, she's like, "What?" And he basically the whole wound heals up instantly, and all the organs and stuff like regrow back and all that. And he basically gets back up saying, "It's all right." He hugs her, and she's basically still crying and all that. And Urakushin holds his mom, touches his mom, and heroes win. And Bako said, "What happened?" Deku says, "Yeah, my team member." So that's over. They start all heading home, and this is where Urakushin says, "Are you gonna keep holding your promise?" And Deku agrees upon it, and they head back to the house, and they do the thing, and they get it on. Now we start with the hero. Well, no, the villain's attack, pretty much. And Deku, and Bakugo and Urakushin is like basically seeing each other, because we're gonna say this bus is a little bit bigger and it's a 3-seater. So Deku's basically sitting in the middle, and Urakushin's been Bakugo's sitting at the window, basically talking, saying this is gonna be fun and all that. Much excited, since Deku gave her the dente. So, but Urakushin sits beside, starts saying hi and stuff, blushing. And Bakugo, she basically looking at Deku and stuff, and Deku was just saying, "Huh, this is gonna be tough." And, they start heading to the thing, and this is where Todoroki said start want to like know female Todoroki, yeah. Todoroki basically comes in and started wanting to like talk to Deku to see if he can help with her quirk and stuff. And Deku basically talk to her and trying to basically is like see what's wrong with her quirk. Well, she's trying to like not have that like overuse of ice, because when she have an overuse of ice, like she basically have that thing. But basically he's talking to her, and the other two are getting jealous real hot, and including like the other girls on the bus. But like they're like, it only be more effective if Deku touches him, or like talks to him more, or like gives him attention, or say like flattering words. Then they be on his D. But they have that little jealousness. But Deku's basically talking to her and stuff, explaining stuff, and then they make it to the thing. Now they meet the other hero, and he's basically hey, he or she, I think it was a she or he. Well, he or she was basically explaining like what they're going to do, and this is where Deku can sense something wrong. He's saying there's villains about to show up, and raise their head saying there's no heroes here. We make sure like, and Deku says, "Trust me, there's going to be heroes here," and the heroes, and little do you know, the heroes show up. Now basically he tells he tells him to pretty much to run and go grab All Might to basically save him, and he basically says, "But I'm not fat," and he yells at them, and and says, I need you to go and get All Might," and everybody gets separated. He goes and start running to tell All Might. Now everybody gets separated the same way and stuff. Now this is where Deku is at the water thing, basically on the boat chilling. He's like, and he sees the villains in the water, and he's like saying, "Huh, how am I supposed to get out of here?" Now this is where Sunana, because you got Todoroki. Sunana. I can't even say her name right, but fake. I'm just gonna say Froggy Girl. So Froggy Girl basically comes in and she lands on top of Deku, and Deku basically actually touches her butt, which it gives her the height, like his hands is like the gift of God, you could say. And she basically does a little bit of a moan and says and she says, "Deku, your hands on mine." And he says, "Oh, sorry, my bad." And he basically does a little bit of smirk and grabs it a little bit tighter and makes her do an extra move, which Mineta, female Mineta, says, "Oh, so you're a perfy." And Deku basically looks at her and says no, and basically get like and basically have the puts the frog girl get her off him, and basically he sees the villain, so he's like saying and then the villain saying, "If y'all go down there, we're gonna kill you." And Deku just open up his book, and he just summon a shark, which the shark goes in the water and massacres him. Because I'm gonna say Deku is a hero, but he's a kind of an anti-hero with his other personality, because like I said, he killed the Yakuza, so he puts down the shark, and the shark eats the villains, basically killing them. And he basically and the shark is still in the water, and Deku says, "I want to see what I can do with this shark." And he basically goes in, he basically paints he basically still have the chapter of the shark that's like out of it, and he paints more about the shark, and the shark basically hops out the water, basically with laser eyes. But she's saying, "All right, it's time to kick some ass." And he start and Deku says, "Have fun now, but make sure to save the rest of the students here." And the shark says, "Understood, sir." And he started running around, just biting and killing villains left and right. And or just like, and Deku says, make sure to capture some of them so we can get them for answering. He says, "All right." And Deku starts summoning the Valkyries, and summon Valkyries and knights. Like he summoned knights and archers and stuff, and and I'm gonna say he summoned a skeleton with a whip because that's good. That's gonna be our mascot for the what ifs, but it's good. But it's basically just, he's gonna be for all alternate universe, so one way around. But basically, he paints out the skeleton with the whip, Belmont with a behead ass, and the skeleton says, "All right, it's time to whip time." And Deku laughs about it when the skeleton made that terrible pun, but the skeleton does a front flip, and he started whooping villain's ass and stuff. And the Valkyries start helping the other hero, helping them out and stuff. And this is where Todoroki is kind of with Bakugo fighting the Namu, because this is where Razorhead is pretty much getting beat the shit out of him, and this is where I forgot his name, but basically that villain kid basically have Razorhead look while Bakugo gets her eyesight taken out by by that Quirk. I forgot, I think acid or something, but basically takes away her vision while she's screaming, and Deku sees it while Todoroki is while Razorhead is pretty much down on the ground, knocked out, while Todoroki is getting beat up by the Nomu, and he sees both of them, and Deku gets pissed off. This is where his other side kicks in, and he basically started laughing maniacally. Says, "Now I'm gonna kill you," and he blitzes. He uses off, he uses the one for all Quirk, and he basically blitzes the one who's hurting female Bakugo, and he breaks his ribs. He shatters his ribs and makes him cough up blood. Send him flying into a wall, shattering it, leaving him dazed and coughed up and knocked to the ground. Which the guy has the teleporting thing trying to finish. It's Deku grabs him, and basically eradicates him. well, no, not eradicates him, but basically, like turning him back into his regular form, and he's trying to figure out what the hell's happening, and Deku breaks both his arms, basically leave him screaming and send him flying to the wall beside him, and this is where Deku, basically, comes in and heals Bakugo's eyes. Why it's perfectly all normal, like female Bakugo's eyes. And, she goes and she closes her eyes and just resting. And this is where Deku walks to raise her head, heals him up, and says, "Are you alright?" And he says, "Yeah." Now this is where Todoroki, she's basically like a little bit injured, and she's trying to hold it off the Nomu, which the Nomu was just breaking ice much quicker. Now this is where Deku touches the Nomu and says splatter, and Nomu looks at it and it splatter. It just blows up in multiple pieces. And he's basically, walking to Todoroki and asking if she's alright. Basically, hugging her, and she's blushing and saying yeah. And Deku's healing her while hugging her, and she feels all fine and stuff. This is where All Might comes in, and the guy who vanished makes half of the villains disappear, teleport half the villains. The other villains are just dead by the shark and dead by the Valkyries and stuff, and some of them were captured, so they can't escape by the Belmont skeleton head ass. and the two villains that actually caused it disappeared and left with broken ribs and broken arms. And as they're going, they go back, and he's basically saying, "Who was that kid? He was cheating, scratching his neck and stuff, doing that crackhead shit." But basically that's going to end. So they get 2 weeks off for the attack. Just figure out who's a traitor, and we start off with Deku pretty much at home, basically playing some video games. Playing that PS3. Oh no, I can't say that because copyright purpose. The PP3 or the PZY3 game console. And basically playing some modern Cloud Duty. Some Call of Cloud Duty. Modern Warfare Ice Cream Edition, playing some of those games, copyright purposes, but got some gore and stuff of cake and ice cream like slashing throats and spilling out vanilla. Got to keep it copyright purposes. This is where Todoroki comes to the Deku house, and Baku's she feels like much weaker, and she's angry about it, so she went out to like train and stuff in Urakushin. She wants to get strong because she wants to prove her love to Deku and all that crap. But basically, Todoroki comes in. Inko says, "Oh, you have a visitor," and Deku goes downstairs and he sees her and he says, "Oh, hey," and she blushes and says, "Hey," and they basically go up in the room, and she's basically talking and all that, and basically spending like, if you like when you saw me fighting, did you see me having a struggle and like almost freezing up like half of my body? And Deku saying yeah, but Deku says alright. So she says she want to see if she can like, if he can like fix her quirk or make it like better or something. So he says alright. So she takes off her shirt and stuff, and this is not Deku's first rodeo. Alright, this is not his first rodeo. So he's personally alright. So he's checking out her quirk, basically, filling the back of her thing and stuff. And he has his door locked all the time, just in case. Because, he ain't gonna be one of those male contestants when his mom walks in and says, "Oh, no, what are you doing?" Like, no. He's a pro at this, alright? So, basically, Inko says she's gonna go, she has to go, talk to Bakugo's mom to have a conversation and stuff, And, Deku says, alright. Now, this is where, Deku is basically filling her back and stuff and checking, like, her quirk and stuff. Because, he can fill out quirks and see what quirks they have and stuff. And he's basically saying, there's this. You have 2 quirks. Do you have a fire quirk? And, she's basically, saying yeah and stuff. And she says, I don't want to talk about it. Deku says, well, can you please tell me why? And she basically explains it and stuff and says like something bad happened in her family and stuff. And Deku, he starts saying, "Wow, I'm sorry that happened," and stuff. Explaining his concern. And she says thank you and stuff. And she basically turns around and stuff, and she plays in like basically explaining stuff, and and about to stand until she falls on Deku and accidentally kisses him. Now this is where her heart goes in. She looks and she start backing up, but she goes in for another kiss, and then she says sorry. And Deku other side basically comes in, making out with her, saying not taken, and they're making out stuff until Inko comes in and says she's back, and she put back on her shirt, start blushing, and saying, well, that's it. And and she started walking and saying bye to Deku's mom. And that's going to be a part 2 of what if Deku was the main hentai protagonist. Part 2, 18 only. Leave a like if you like to hear some more. Part 3 might be extra spicy. Depends on how it goes, but leave a like, subscribe, share your friends about this. Now in this video, because it's 18 only, but if they're 18 or higher or like mature enough to handle it, I'm Keisha Chia. Thanks for watching, and peace out.